we are going to Rio tonight. I think we counted that to Rio, it's about 60 nautical miles, so we're gonna leave at 10 and get there in the morning. And we even have friends that's gonna sail with us. It's so exciting. We never have people sailing with us. And we have some neighbors.
We people start originally from my homeland. Like my old man said, there's nothing impossible. So we have to bring this message to my brother lyrical. Straight from the crew, out to the blue. We represent the voices of my ancestors calling. And I was getting more and my culture is falling. Now we have a step up for the past 20 calling.
Previously on Delos, we go on an epic walk. Alex and Brady fly home. And just like that, half of our crew has left us for about 2.5 weeks. And we lose Maggie.
We lost Maggie!
I see her.
Oh, I see something floating right in front of the ferry, right?
Yeah.
Shit!
Sail to Rio de Janeiro. I can't even say it. People have tried to teach me how to say it properly, but I need some more practice, I think.
What is the right, proper way to say Rio de Janeiro?
Rio de Janeiro.
Rio.
Rio de
Almost
Janeiro.
like an H. Rio.
Rio de Janeiro.
I'm super excited to see Rio. It's one of those cities that you hear about your whole life, but I just never thought I was gonna go there.
Man, I never really imagined myself going to this city.
Or that I never thought that I would see this city and visit it, and not even thinking about sailing to Rio de Janeiro.
Rio seems like one of those exotic destinations that you see in the movies but never actually visit yourself. Knowing that within 12 hours we could sail Delos into this celebrated city was a bit surreal, and we were all feeling it.
We are leaving! It's 1:15 in the morning, and I'm on my watch on my shift from 12 to 2. So that's pretty nice, and then it's Karen's time for 2 hours, and then Ryan back again. That's pretty much it. So far, nothing to report. Everything is calm. Calm. It's almost 3 o'clock. Not much have happened during my night watch. Like nothing. País and Beto is still about 1 nautical mile away from us. It's actually really beautiful, and the stars, you can kind of see them a little bit, even though the city is there's a lot of lights going on.
There it is. A big, massive Rio de Janeiro city over there. And over here, the beginnings of an epic sunrise. It's crazy. Oh. Look how the water's like a mirror.
I really love mornings like that. Ooh. And you know what? It feels like it's the first time I ever had a morning watch. This is definitely now the biggest leg and overnight sail we have done since we arrived here in Brazil. So it feels so good, and it feels so good to be on the water again. And the sun is just it's still kind of foggy because it's so early. It's still kind of like a mist in the air. You know? I'm just so filled with joy right now.
Beautiful. It's a real beautiful city. It's like all these buildings and these cool rock formations and the cable car right there and the Christ Redeemer statue, and it's, I don't know, it just looks super nice.
I'm a little bit overwhelmed to wake up on Delos, not in a calm bay with maybe 2 or 3 other boats around us. Instead, we are waking up in a big city with across the Redeemer in the back's a little bit weird, and I think I have to get a little bit situated on that. Let's start this day and be excited for what will come next.
When I think of Brazil, the iconic image of Rio automatically pops in my mind, and I'm pretty sure it does for you too. There's just a certain mystique about this picturesque, exotic city nestled among breathtaking beaches and mountains that surround Guanabara Bay. Anchoring Delos right in the middle of the 7 million person city was a completely surreal experience. If you asked me 10 years ago the chances I would find myself in Rio, let alone on a sailboat here, I probably would have said next to nothing. We spent nearly 3 weeks in Rio de Janeiro, and as you might imagine, went on quite a few filming adventures. We feel like we got a good taste of the city, and picked out our favorite bits to show you what our experience was like.
Hi everyone, I'm here at the airport in Rio de Janeiro waiting for Alex and Brady. They're coming from Florida and they're about to get here. Hey, so excited. What's up? How's it going?
Good. Yeah, tired, bro, but good.
Good to see you.
I think they are here! The family is complete again!
Oh, I've never been so glad to be home.
Yeah, me either.
You guys look tired!
So tired. Hi, Gaza.
How you doing?
Oh!
Welcome home.
That's all I have to say.
Fuck, is it all filled with gear?
Yeah. 31 kilos.
So, the time has come for us to try to get all of this sorted and packed away to bring back to Brazil. So it's going to be an interesting mission for sure.
Wow,
Well,
this is
it's
another
Christmas on Delos today.
another heavy one.
But everything's wrapped in Delos t-shirts and Brady's dirty underwear.
All right.
Dirty underwear. Okay, everything's the same.
Yep.
First move.
That's it.
Good.
Love you, Della.
This time. See what we got first here. Spark plugs.
All right.
A battery. Oh wow. That's the fish finder.
Each pair saves 5 baby turtles. We have 4 GoPros, a drone, and this Olympus camera.
That's pretty sweet.
You can definitely go into any official office wearing those and you'll
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have fun with these. Good choice.
What is it?
I'm filming you right now and you don't even know it. Hello, everybody. Hello.
You have to move your head really slow. Yeah. Hi.
My name is Karen and I'm not filming.
Best $50 we ever spent.
So we are on our way up to Christ the Redeemer, which is pretty exciting. I don't know if this is somewhere I'd ever thought I'd make it to in life, but it's pretty damn iconic, so I'm excited. What do you think, Brady?
I think it's funny to see Lisa sitting next to us.
Why?
Because we haven't seen you for like 10 days. And now we have the families back together.
It's
Lovely.
It's good to be back.
The plan for today.
New York burger joint.
No, that's not the plan for today, but there is one right there. Funny enough, you get to Brazil and you go visit the Christ the Redeemer statue, and the first thing you see is a New York burger joint.
It's like our first adventure together as a family again. After 10 days, we are boarding at 15:50. It's very confusing.
Let's go over to the.
There's a lot of lines.
Figure it out. Super organized, man. I wasn't expecting to be so organized.
Beautiful.
Christ the Redeemer is an Art Deco statue created by French sculptor Paul Landowski and built by the Brazilian engineer Hector de Sevilla Costa. It thrones on the peak of Corcovado mountain in the Tijuca Forest National Park, overlooking the city of Rio de Janeiro. As a symbol of Christianity across the world, it also became a cultural icon of Brazil, and it is listed as one of the new 7 wonders of the world. The construction started in 1922 and was completed in 1931. The statue is 38 meters high. The arms stretch over 28 meters. It's made out of Swedish stone, and the cost was around $250,000 at the time, which is about $3.2 million in today's money. In 2010, the statue got a massive restoration after a few lightning strikes and unwelcome graffiti artists. Due to the fame of the Brazilian icon, a lot of copies exist around the world. For example, the Christ of Ozarks near Eureka Springs in Arkansas, Cristo de la Concordia atop San Pedro Hill to the east of Cochabamba in Bolivia, Cristo Rey in Garachao, Madeira, and also Swiss people are a fan of the overlooking statue and got 2 of them in Pfeffers and in Uetliberg. Even the Australian online gambling company Sportsbet took advantage of the well-known statue and launched a 46 meters high hot air balloon in Melbourne in the latest phase of World Cup in 2014 for their marketing. And besides being impressed by the statue itself, the most amusing thing to watch was all the tourists taking selfies with Jesus.
It's a beautiful view. Got some really good selfies. Got some really good pictures of other people doing selfies.
What about the statue though, or the view?
Oh yeah, the statue is really good. That's a given.
But technically somebody else took our picture, so that is not a selfie, I don't think.
True. What are we doing today, Alex?
We're going to Santa Teresa, the neighborhood, and there's a few things that we want to do there. One of them is a ruins park, so it's all brick and it looks like a fun place to go shoot. And then there's some famous stairs called Escadaria Celarons.
Whoa, it's a full-on day.
Full-on filming day.
Okay. See you guys soon. See you soon. Okay.
Yeah.
Hola.
What's the story?
According to the sign down there, this place was like a mansion owned by a pretty wealthy elderly Brazilian lady, and she used to throw massive parties here for like the rich and famous of Brazil. Oh, I could picture having like a big party
what era the house is from?
Brady fact, 1932 it was built.
The house was actually built in 1902, and for quite a few years it was the trendiest place to be in Rio. But when the hostess Lorinda died in 1946, the Homeopathic Society inherited the house, but surprisingly never claimed it. I read that even the doorknobs, which were made out of gold, were stolen during this period of neglect. About 25 years ago, the government took it over and turned it into what it is today.
I just want to know what it would be like to have a party here like in the 1940s or 20s or whenever it was open and working as a house, like a party house. A grand ball, I imagined, with people with drinks like this and you know?
Yeah.
Now I have this plastic matcha tea and stinky armpits.
These views are unreal, man. I think that's probably one of the most impressive things about Rio is when you get up high and you look down at the actual formation of the rocks and the way the city is laid out between them and the bay. It's just, I don't know. It's definitely a sight that is worth taking the time to see. I like it. What'd you find?
Found a squished Mars bar, but I'm super hungry. So it's looking pretty good right about now.
Score. Wow, that one is old.
How long has it been in there?
Not that long. I think it's from the Grande. It's just hot and melted. Store in a cool, dry place. What a joke.
What a joke. Yeah, let's
Next
move on.
place.
Where's our next stop?
Staircase. Colorful staircase.
The police rolled by.
Cuidado com a máquina, tá?
Cuidado com a câmera aqui.
Isso, câmera.
Obrigado.
What did you just say to you, Ryan?
Said be really careful with the camera here. It looks like an okay neighborhood, but I think the deal is next door there's actually a favela.
It's kind of just like merged in the middle of the city, like you can see the city around, and then it's just this favela kind of like in the middle of it. It's really, really crazy and kind of sad at the same time, you know?
The term favela actually dates back to the late 1800s and was coined by a group of soldiers with no place to live. The soldiers were from the Brazilian state of Bahia, where there's an indigenous skin-irritating tree called the favela tree. The soldiers far from home grouped together and found a common bond and started a settlement in the hills of Rio they called favela. The term stuck and has been used to represent illegitimate settlements in Brazil ever since. Today, close to 1.5 million people, that's nearly 24% of the population of Rio, live in favelas. We actually made friends with a favela resident and got an invitation to see his home and make up our own minds. The day before our visit, a war broke out between rivaling gangs, not in his favela, but in one nearby. He said that no one would bother us, but the chance of getting hit by a stray bullet was just too high. We heard similar things from more than one person. Typically within the favelas, there are rules that protect people, and crimes within the favela itself are frowned upon. But outside the favela, theft and muggings could be quite common, so we decided to put our cameras away until we got a little bit further down the hill. Where have we made it to now, guys?
To the colorful staircase.
The colorful staircase.
Cool. So it's written here in Portuguese as well as in English. It's just painted in tiles, but it's called A Grande Loucura, which means the great madness. And it says that the artist, Celarón, he's a Chilean painter, and he started this work of art in 1990 as a personal tribute to the people of Brazil. For the next 10 years, he continued to add more and more tiles, and then he found a place that sold tiles from all over the world.
It's Swedish! Oh dear!
So there's over 2,000 tiles from 50 different countries. England, Scotland, Ireland, Germany, Ecuador, Canada, Turkey, all over the world. So he found this place, so he started buying them one by one. And he said that the flag at the top, he bought all the tiles for the Brazilian flag and then smashed them all and broke them and then put them back together like that. So, crazy dude.
There's lots of turistas around, so we can pull our cameras out and feel safe about it.
What happened, Kaza?
I had a yogurt and it spilled into my bag, so my bag is gooey yogurty, and the phones were filled with yogurt and the GoPro was filled with yogurt. Shame.
GoPro. It's got... At least it's a waterproof one. It's got yogurt all over it now.
A Kiwi guy and his girlfriend, they've invited us to a local party tonight.
We made it.
Where?
I have no idea. I have no idea where we are, but it's awesome. Everyone's just dancing in the street. The whole street shut down. Everyone just has their trombones and trumpets out, random, and there's a whole line of brass up there.
Hey, brother! What a party, huh? Whoa. Look at that setup, man. It can't be too dangerous around here. Look at that. That's like $5,000 worth of camera gimbal. This guy's going. Inspector Bushiganga. Yeah, Inspector Gadget. And then we met up with the Brazilian Kiwi couple that told us about the party.
Can you tell me again what's happening here?
Here's like an event where 3 different bands, samba bands
Yeah. I don't know how far it is, but we're going.
You don't even need to go to the bar, bro. It comes along with you.
It's crazy. I've never seen anything like it before. It's a walking party through the city streets. Like, look at these buildings around us, man. It's crazy.
How much, Brady?
20 reais for 4 beers. 5 reais a piece. For me, it's okay.
$6.
Brazilians got it figured out.
Yeah, they do. The thing that stuck with me was the lack of police. Everyone was partying and drinking in the streets, but there was no violence, no egos, and no one to enforce any rules. But nobody seemed to care. People were just here to let loose and have a random party with a bunch of strangers. And it was beautiful.
Everybody's kissing, or not kissing, actually they are eating each
making
other.
out.
They are eating each other.
¿Por qué no?
How cool is that, man? What?
So it is our last night in Rio, and I am finally after like 2 days of just laying back in bed.
What's wrong, Kazatron?
Oh, I have the fevers.
You have the sickness.
And I'm finally able to sit out here. Rio has been crazy though. I was a little bit scared of it, like we've heard so many things and stuff, and it's a big city and we actually rarely go to really big cities, so it felt a bit intimidating, but we've just done so much cool stuff and met so many cool people that I'm really happy we got to spend so much time here. The guys are out exploring.
We're on our way to a little beach between Copacabana, which is right here, and Ipanema, which is a bit further up, and it's like a rocky point that comes out. This is going to be a typical sunset in Rio on the rocks with some beers. I don't know, Brazil does it right. In every spot where there's people just relaxing and hanging out, you have people selling beer and snacks. So the vibe is really good. This shirtless dude with no shoes on. Caipirinha? Caipirinha? Caipirinha?
What's the plan for today?
Last day in Rio de Janeiro. We go get diesel fuel. So the last time we got fuel was when we first got to Brazil. So it's been like almost 4 months. Okay, so we need like about 500 liters.
Okay.
And then we go shopping.
Next up, we leave Rio behind and set sail for the Abrolhos Islands. During the sail, we come up with 11 things you can expect from an ocean passage.
like it? I like it a lot.
GoPro time-lapse mode.
I don't know what that guy's talking about ever. This is my mom's wall of family memories. We've got beautiful Brian. He was probably like 16 or 17, wearing a nice purple silk with a cute little mustache and a mullet.
Yeah, he is.
And then you've got old Grinch down here.
Little pug boy.
I don't know what's going on with that guy.
Who's this guy?
That's me too, trying to rip it up on my wakeboard. Look at the little fat.
Look how thick your legs are.
Yeah, muscle.
It's like huge legs and a little tiny body and head.
Muscle.